Not yet because
Yeah.
not yet. I have to go to church. So
You haven't?
I said no. I said I haven't gone through it because I have to
Yeah,
go
yeah,
to
yeah.
church.
The time is not available. The time is not really there. So even me, I did it very late at night. But what we'll just do is that is what we will talk about, and then we look at um just so more Excel functions. Yeah. And then I also said that the strategy we will adopt, I discussed it with you, that the strategy we will adopt so that we can quickly cover as much as possible is those videos will be communicated to you.
Okay.
Cover most of all those Excel parts. Because if if it is not that we are diving deep into Excel, I explained to you that we would have completed all these aspects and moved to financial modeling. So it now depends on you. If it is something that you feel we are not too fast, why didn't we conclude this thing on time? Are you getting me? Yeah.
Sorry, I lost. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
get what you
Can
said.
you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, I said it now depends on you. If you feel we are not moving too fast, why not conclude this on time? I can as well just revert to that outline that was communicated to you, and then we'll just use that. Do you understand? But that will not cover as much as you need in Excel before we now move
Yeah.
into financial modeling. Do you understand?
Okay. It seems you're not hearing me.
Yes. Can you hear me now? So I want to share
Yes, I
my.
cannot.
You cannot hear me?
I'm hearing you, just that you don't hear me.
Okay, okay, okay. But you heard the comment I made now.
Yes. I just want to make sure you're hearing me because I don't. It seems you don't hear me.
No, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay.
I can
Okay.
hear you. Yeah. Okay, so remember we were talking about index and match the other time.
Yes.
Yeah. And then I explained to you that there's another variant of the index and match. I mean, another way it can be used.
Okay.
You can use it. And then I said I was going to show you an example of that. So if you look at this file that we have here, this has division, apps, actual revenue, actual profit revenue, budget revenue, and budget profit. And
Yeah.
then you are asked to use index and match, that will pick actual revenue and revenue. Are you getting me? And also pick
Yes.
the what's it called? And also pick the apps. So based on these two selections, it will be able to return the revenue. Are you
Mm-hmm.
getting it? It will be able to return the revenue you have um inside this box based on what you have selected here. Means that
Yes.
if I make a selection here, for instance, I can either have sorry, I can either have actual or budget. Yeah. So if I come here, if I copy this and then I paste it here, yeah, I go to my uh data validation. Yeah, let's say I go to my data validation here and I come here under data validation and I select list. Yeah. So I can pick this two because I don't want to start typing it out again. So I can just pick that two and let it be there. Are you getting me?
Yes.
So the formatting, I put it back. So this one too, the same way. It's through data validation, we're able to pick all this. Now, the question now is, how do you write a formula using an index and match that will be able to recognize if it is budget that is picked here or actual, and I also be able to recognize if it is profit or revenue. You know, the other one that we did one here. This one,
Yes.
this one is not the same thing like this. Remember when we did this? So
Yeah.
they are two different things. Now, if I click
It's
on
like
this
this one has 3 criteria and the other one has 2 only.
yes, this one has more this has more criteria in it, like unlike the other one. Yeah. But what
Okay.
you have to do here is this. You will still have to change it to the same pattern that will be readable by index and match. So what I mean is, what we have here, if I take this one out, yeah, remember that in this table, when we applied index and match, the index and match that we applied in this table, are you getting me now? Considered only one line. This row that is up here, this name, where we have name, January,
Yes.
February, and March. So you consider just
Yes.
that row. Are you getting me? But in this one now,
Yes.
we are going to still
Yes.
compare because we can't, index and match cannot pick 2 rows. It can only pick 1 row. So you must find a
Okay.
way to be able to merge this actual and this revenue together.
Okay.
You can see actual revenue, actual profit, budgeted revenue, budgeted profit. Do you
Yeah.
get? So you have to merge these things together so that it can now be readable by index and match. I believe you still recall how to write this one.
Yes.
So what we'll now do is to pick this one, and then we'll say and.
What are you doing now? What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to concatenate actual and revenue. Concatenate.
Put them together.
Yes, put them together. So once you put them together, then you can be able to use index and match because index and match only recognize one
Okay.
row at a time.
Okay.
You can't pick 2 rows simultaneously.
Okay.
Yeah. So here, actual, and then I'll pick revenue, and then I'll press enter. So you can see that it
Okay.
now gives you actual revenue, just
Okay.
as a one line, as a cell.
Okay.
So when you now pick this, and then you take this here, and then press Control R. So it gives you each of
Control what?
Control R, paste right.
Okay. Okay.
Do you get? Now that
Yeah.
you have done that, so you can now take out this one that is here, meaning that the essence of doing this merging here is so that we can vary this. I may want to see budgeted revenue, for instance. So I don't need to change this revenue. All I need to do is to come here and change this one to budget.
Okay.
All right. So the moment I do that.
So since you have put the 2 together, why don't you just use one cell to
And that's what I'm saying now. That's what I want to do.
Okay. Okay.
Because index and match cannot pick these 2 cells at the same time.
Okay. Yes.
It has to concatenate it. So by concatenating it replicates it to be something like this.
Okay. Okay.
Which now makes it readable by Excel.
Okay. Got it. Yeah.
All right. So this is where we now write our index and match now. So you can say index. Are you getting me now? So the first is the array. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. The array. So for the array, you can pick from here the entire stuff that you have, right? So for the array, let's pick this. Even if we pick this, it still give us the same results. Yeah. So command, then row number. So you match. We are matching row first. So that is match what? Z. This is what you're matching, which is this one. So that is Z9, comma. So where are you looking into for? Look up array. Look up array will be what? It will be all these apps.
Yes.
Are you getting me? Comma. Then absolute match. Comma. Match again.
What did you use for absolute match? 0. Okay.
Yeah, absolute
Okay.
match because it is
Yes. Yeah.
not approximate now. It's an exact.
Okay. Okay.
Do you understand? So match again.
Yes. Continue.
Yeah, match again. Now this time around, if you are matching again, you will now pick this one and you put your hand this. Do you understand? Do you understand?
Okay. Okay.
Comma, and then this time around, your lookup array will now be everything that you have here. Comma, 0.
Okay.
Close the bracket and then close it again.
Okay.
Enter. Can you see it is correct?
Okay.
So what this one means is, let me zoom it out. So what this one means is, if I come here and select actual, and then here I select what profit, it will give me actual profits. So actual profit for which product? Let's say I want to select products Wencal. Okay, so you can see product Wencal actual profit 2419. 2419.
Okay. Okay.
Do you understand? So it's very easy. The difference between this one and this one is just that because this one has 2 rows, so we need to concatenate it and then use the index and match. But this one has only 1 row, so we don't need to use concatenation. You can see there's no concatenation here because it doesn't have one row. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Then
so if
this
you have
was,
like more than 2 of this, you can still use concatenate to do that.
of course, if you have more than 2, like maybe you have another thing, another criteria here that says something else.
Okay.
Do you understand? So you can continue to use it. You may want to give yourself another practical example now. Let's say you have name. Let's see here you have how would I put it now? I mean, but you understand this, don't let us waste time with that.
Yeah. So okay.
You said what?
Sorry, I thought you have finished with this, so I wanted to ask you about these 2 remaining.
What's the question?
I said I thought you had finished. You wanted to go to something else. So I was about asking you what was this array solution with CS.
You are about asking me what?
I thought you had finished with this session. So I was about asking you why do you still have these 2 things here? How did you get the figures there in those 2 lines?
Okay, ask now. Go ahead. Ask.
No, you're just about talking about them. So let me just let you.
Okay.
You have Wencal, we have array solution with CSA. They all have values in them. So I'm just wondering why those figures are there.
Yeah, this one is just another variant of the formula, which gives you the same result.
So it says array solution with CSA.
Yeah.
What's that?
So which gives you the same result. It's the same thing as the first one. It's just showing the formula in another way. You still get the same thing.
Okay, so what's the formula now, please? Let's go.
Yeah, this one is the first is the index. Still everything, still all the from T9 to W18. And then you still match the row and match the column. So you match the row first, which is Z9, right? So row Z9, which is this one car, and then S9 to S18. S9 to S18, which is the array, right? Exact match. Then match again. So this time around, you still use the AND, they concatenate. So you are concatenating AA7, which is this, AA8, which is this. Okay. And then the lookup array will now be T7 to W7. right? So T7
So,
to W7, which is this one first. So the difference between this one and this is that in this one, you are concatenating two arrays. So you concatenate this, you pick from here to here, this array, and concatenate it with this array. That's just the difference between the first one and the second one. Do you understand?
okay. Okay. Yes.
First of all, you concatenate the two cells here,
Yeah.
these two cells, and then you now concatenate each of the individual arrays
Okay.
and make it an
Yeah.
absolute match.
Okay.
Do you understand my grammar?
Yes.
So that's just in
Yes, I
the
got
other.
you.
You said what?
I got you. Yes.
Yeah. So it's just another variant of the formula. Then this is another variant of the formula as well, where you still take the index of the entire table, match. It's always matching rows first. No matter what the variant is, the formula, the index formula does not change. Match the row before matching the column. You can now vary what you how the match appears. Yeah. So here you match Z9 within the array S9, S18, which is what we did before. Absolute match. And then you match AA7, AA7, concatenate it with AA8, which is this two. And then within the match function, you apply an index function to be the array. So the index picks T7 to W7, which is T7 to W7, concatenate it with T8 to W8, absolute match, and that's it. So the difference between this and the second one is that in the array for the second match, we had to apply an index function, and then we concatenated the two arrays, the two column arrays. Do you understand?
Okay.
But the point is, even if you don't get the second two, get this first one. Yeah. So either of them, any of the three of them will return the same results. You can see.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyone you are picking, you can see the numbers are changing the same way.
Yeah.
So I want you to practice this formula, understand it very well, and practice it at home. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So I don't know if I've sent you this before, but I think you have it now. It's in the OneDrive. Just check it there.
Which one? This particular
file is
one.
on OneDrive.
I'll check later. I'll check later.
Okay, now what I sent you yesterday is what we'll quickly look at. Just within the few minutes that we have. As I said earlier, after this one now, we end this call. I'll send you the video. Now, I will not send you more videos that will explain, because the videos itself are they are, how I call it, self-study videos. So you can actually be looking, you understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, so you can actually be looking at it with the material. So let's just quickly look at VBA. Lastly, let's go to the last part, which is VBA. That's the video I sent to you yesterday. So the VBA is another section of the advanced Excel, right? And what is VBA? VBA means Visual Basic for Applications.
1 second, please. Oh, apart from this one you sent me yesterday, you're going to still send more videos that will cover all these things we did in Excel. I mean, the ones we're yet to do still.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying now.
Okay.
That's what I said.
Okay.
Okay, so the VBA now, let's quickly look at VBA. Now, what's VBA? VBA means Visual Basic for Applications. Are you getting me now?
Okay.
Now, VBA is a coding language in Excel. Are you getting me? So you become a mini programmer with Excel. It is used to code on Excel. And why do we need to code on Excel? Sometimes like we do repetitive tasks. Like when you are doing repetitive tasks, you may want to automate that task, meaning that every time you receive a table, for instance, You don't want to be formatting that table all the time.
Mm.
So all you need to do is to record the macro. So there's what we call macro recording. It's the beginning of learning VBA. How do you record a macro? So once you record the macro, and then you get the file again, you can just click on that macro. So once you click on that macro, automatically it will prepare your reports for you without you doing anything.
Okay.
So I'll give you an example. Now, if you want to activate your VBA in Excel, you go to File, you go to
I'm not seeing what you're doing now.
you are not seeing what I'm doing.
You still have the screen on. Okay.
Okay, I'm sharing an empty sheet.
Okay.
So you go to File, and then you go to Options. Yeah, under Options, you will see Customize Ribbon. You click on Customize Ribbon.
Okay.
So once you click on Customize Ribbon, within this ribbon, you are going to see Developer. Okay, so move the developer to this tab here. Once you move it, just click on OK. The moment you click on OK, you will now see this tab here, Developer tab.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how you get there. Now, let's assume that you normally get a report from someone, like a sales report that they download. And once they download that report, they need to send it to you. So when they send the report to you, every time they send the report to you, it is your own function to make sure that you format the report. Format the report and include a chart. That is what you will do every day. So I imagine that you are not using VBA. So every time the person downloads a file and then send you a default file, do you understand? Now, every time the person sends you a default file, because the file will have different information. I mean, different data every time. So you need to be formatting it all the time. Putting chart, formatting it, putting chart, formatting it, putting chart. Now, the easiest thing you can do is to record that process using Excel VBA, Excel macro. Are you getting me now? So record the process. So each time you get the file, you just get it in your workbook, you put it in your macro-enabled workbook, and then you run the macro. The moment you run the macro, your reports will just come out automatically. Are you getting me?
Okay. Yeah.
So let's say you have something like serial number. This is the file that the person always sends to you. I'm just going to make it very simple. It can be something more, it's always something more than this, but you know, we are trying to go simply, we are trying to apply simplicity. Do you get?
Yeah.
It's not going to be a small table like this. It will be a very large data table that probably you get, and then you need to be doing a lot of work every day. But you want to stop all those plenty work. So let's just say you just have a very small Wilson, Samuel, Ade, and then you have the scores 10, 23, 34. Then you have these scores. Okay, let's even say that it doesn't even have what the person said to you is just something like this. This is what, do you understand?
Yes.
This is what the person says to you every day, or every hour, or every 30 minutes, or every week. And then you need to be formatting it. Are you getting me now? Because probably the person downloads it from somewhere and he just sends it to you. You know, it doesn't format it himself, he just send it. So it's your work to be formatting. Now, what you will now do is, instead of you formatting this every day, go to developer tab. Are you getting me now? And then you see record macro. Click on this record macro. It will show you this dialog box, record macro. So it will name the record macro name. Now you can call the macro name, give it a name. Let's say student score. Now, macro has a naming convention, which we are going to look at later on, but not today. So I will just say student underscore score. Then shortcut key. What key do you want to use to run the macro? Now, in most cases, use a combination of Control Shift and a letter. So I can press Control Shift K. So Shift K. Just press Shift. Control plus is already there. So just press Shift and K. Shift and K. So to run this macro, just press Shift, Control Shift K. Okay. So that is the shortcut key. Make sure that if you want to get your shortcut key for running the macro, it is not an existing shortcut key in Excel. For instance, one of the shortcut key in Excel is Control V for paste, Control C for copy. The moment you run a name your shortcut key in macro as Control V or Control C, maybe by error or whatever, this means that the true functionality of Control C will be overridden.
Okay.
You understand? You overwrite the true functionality. So it is best to use a combination of Control Shift and a letter. So Excel has already provided that for you anyway. Now, store macro in this workbook. You want the macro to be in this workbook. Then the description of the macro, what it does, you will type it here. So the moment you do that, click on, so this macro, you can say this macro format student scores. Okay. Now then click on OK. So the moment you click on OK, you have started recording already. Your macro have started recording already. So all you need to do is just start formatting. So if I want to format this, I can highlight everything we have here. Are you getting me now? Go to home. Go to colors. I pick these colors and I pick these fonts. Yeah, so I have this. I can give it a border. Do you get? Then I can come here and say total. I can put a sum here. And then I can give this a double stuff like this. And then I can now come here, highlight it, and then I can insert a chart.
Okay.
Yeah, I can format my charts. This will soon end in 10 minutes. Okay, so you can give it a color. And then you can format it. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay, now that you have done this, all what you have to do now is go back to developer tab and then stop recording.
Okay.
So you stop recording. Okay. So when you stop recording, you can have a you can assign the macro. Remember the shortcut we use, Abby? Control Shift and what?
K.
And K. Yeah. Yeah. So now imagine that you now still get the file again. Maybe let's put it the same way, the same format this is arranged, starting from B2. So let's put it in this sheet. Are you getting me now? And then we remove all the formatting because it will come without being formatted.
Yeah.
Remember that this is the original stuff that we have.
Yes.
Yeah. So now you can now indicate. So anytime you now get this file, now you get this file. Yeah. So just run the macro, press your Control Shift K. Everything will run.
Okay.
Can you see? So everything will run without you doing anything again. The only one that will not run totally is the chart formatting. And that's because Excel only recognizes, it's a programming. So Excel only recognizes at this point. So you can just quickly do this. Just quickly do the formatting, which is the chart formatting, which is which won't take much of your time. Do you understand? So, but this is a step involving recording macro and then and then using it on the table. So what you can now do next is, for every macro that you need to run, you can insert, go to the developer tab, yeah, and then insert a form control. Okay, click on OK. Now, the macro that you have run, you can assign it to this. Just say assign macro, and then you will see students.
Sorry, I missed it. I missed it. You said from developer, you got insert what?
Insert a box, a button. It's like a button. Developer, you will see insert. Then click on this. That's what I did.
Okay.
And then here, you will now right click and then assign macro. Click on students and click OK. It then means that at any point in time when you need to run this macro, yeah, if I remove this formatting now, and then I need to run this macro, all I need to do is I will just click on this and then it will come up. All right, do you get that? So this is just the beginning of macro. Macro is more advanced than this, but the first point is to know how to record. It's the beginning of VBA. So the first point is to know how to record the macro. And then you can come here to see your, if you come to developer and then you go to macros, you see student score, click on edit macro. So here you can see all the programming language that you have written by recording the macro. So in a more advanced Excel, we go into how to edit this. These are programming languages, high-level programming languages. So you go into how to edit these languages and then make the macro more robust. Do you understand? So this is what is called Visual Basic for applications, VBA. So it's more like using Excel to do programming and then creating a software from Excel entirely. That is what it does. All right. So I will send you this video and then subsequent ones as well. So proceed from here, right?
Yeah, please. When are you sending it? Because if you send it late in the night and tomorrow I have to go to work.
No. I'll send it today. I'll send it today. This one. Because I worked on that one late in the night. This video and the one I sent to you before, last night, is the same thing. Because this is what I did online. Just let me do a recap of it, because this is what I want us to look at. So we'll be looking at advanced functions, Excel functions, and VBA side by side.
Okay.
All right. So please work on these things, eh?
Yeah, that's why you send the video now.
All right. All right. So thanks, eh?
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah.